At the age of 10 years old, you accidentally hit a girl with a bat. How did that happen?
We're playing a game called Hit the Bat, where you hit the ball and you catch it, and then you roll it towards the bat, and you hit the bat, and it bounces up, and you have to catch it.
Right.
Or it's your turn up, and I used to throw the ball at the bat. So anyway, the bat hitter.
Right.
And
so because you were the quote-unquote bad kid, they accuse you of hitting her with a bat on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, I hit her with a bat.
And it's like, do you start to think, even at 10 years old, gee, everything in my life always goes bad? And I had an accident. Most
Things
people,
are stacked against
you.
Like
I just ran. The police were coming, so I just ran. And then.
So when you accidentally hit her, the police took you. And at 10 years old, you went into what, juvie?
Yeah, but just for they take you to scare you. And the biggest problem with trying to scare a kid is that if you don't scare him, then he's no longer scared of that punishment.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, I just started going to juvenile hall.
When you went to juvenile hall, you describe it as one of the scariest places you've ever been.
When you first walk in, absolutely.
And that's when you realized, hey, if I'm not the strongest guy out there, if I don't toughen up, I am going to get my ass kicked in life.
Well, it's kind of like being on like a pile of shit. You don't want to be on the bottom.
Right. And if you're going to grow up in that jungle, you've got to be on top. So how do you prepare yourself mentally? Is that when your uncle took you?
Well, that's when my uncle. That was the training from my uncle.
In.
You know what I mean?
He said, "Look, boy, let me school you."
You know what I mean? Just if you get in a fight and you try to bite somebody in the neck, people tend to leave you alone.
Right. You've even said you don't have to be the best fighter in the world. You got a crazy fight. You got to fight like a wild man.
Well, it's amazing. It's amazing how, Howard. The further up the ladder you go in prison, the less you fight, because it is actually easier in prison to get away with stabbing somebody than it is a fight.
It's unbelievable how tough you are. I mean, it's really incredible. I heard this great story about you. You've got this great tat. You've got a lot of tats. The one on your chest.
Yeah.
Covers your whole chest. What is that of, the one on your chest?
It's a Mexican lady. It's a Mexican lady.
Wow.
With a sombrero.
Who is that lady?
Harry Super Jew Ross did that. I got to say that.
But tell this story.
This was one of his first tattoos.
Right.
And I was doing forever. So Harry said, hey, let me do this tattoo, Danny. So we did the outline.
You trust him to do it because he had never done one before.
Who cares?
Who cares?
It's not that hard.
It's only there forever.
Cover it. You know what I mean?
How hard is it?
So he does the outline.
Right.
And then when he does the outline, I get caught up in some shit in prison in Quentin, and they send me to Folsom. And Harry had just done this huge outline, so he says, "Don't let anybody touch it. I'll be in Folsom. I said, okay. So I got to Folsom. I was there, and then about 6 months later, he showed up.
How did he get into Folsom?
He just got kicked out of San Quentin. You know what I mean? So,
how do you get kicked out of San Quentin prison?
It's funny when he got to Folsom. Hey, is Trejo here? Is Trejo here? So he did the rest of it, some of it in Folsom, and then there's a big riot in a race riot in Folsom, and they sent me to Soledad, and he said, "Danny, please, man, this is my first tattoo. Let me finish it. Okay, so I waited for him in Soledad. He finished it in Soledad.
So you went to 3 prisons to get that tattoo.
And listen, Howard, he hated this tattoo. It was his first tattoo.
Right.
So as a tattoo, you get better and better.
Right.
Well, this guy became a real well-known tattoo artist in the biker world for this beautiful work that he did, and he hated this one because it was his first one, and it made him famous. Absolutely famous.
And you got to be careful when you get a tattoo in prison, right? Because some of these guys don't have the cleanest conditions.
Well, yeah.
You don't worry about that.
Yeah, you know, what the hell.
It doesn't look like you're going anywhere.
Like we're going. That's like a bad haircut in prison, so what?
How does a guy like me, if I have to go to prison, I'm fucking dead
What
meat.
do you do?
How do you, I mean, do you?
I think anybody that is going to make it in prison, however you're going to make it.
Right.
All right? If you're going to be a predator, then you become somewhat of a sociopath, somewhat of an unfeeling. Screw them. I remember an incident when we were playing dominoes.
Right.
We were playing dominoes before the big game because there's a lot of money on it, and I got a run of 5s. And anybody that knows dominoes, I got 4 5s in my hand, and I'm like, look at, and right here, this guy that was watching had snitched on something, and so boom, 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 boom. They hit him about 6 times in the back with a knife, bang, 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 and he falls on the domino table.
Right.
And I got this run of 5s, and I remember going, "Oh my God! Wait, no, wait! I'm trying to push this guy."
So he was in the middle of getting killed.
Yeah, and I'm now when somebody gets stabbed. When somebody gets stabbed, Rob, well,
it should upset you.
Yeah, but you have to get away from there because if you're near there, you did it.
Right.
Do you understand? So I'm like, no, wait, and everybody's come on, and we got away. I got back to my cell with this damn run of 5s. Everybody had thrown their dominoes away. I got into my cell. I still got this damn run of 5s, and I was laying there in my cell, and it hit me. What am I becoming? You know what I mean?
Right. A guy just got stabbed to death, and you're sitting there. You were ready to sit there and play dominoes.
Yeah, right. And
wow.
And I've never forgotten that. I remember like keeping the dominoes and going back out to the yard after all this. And I remember showing one of my partners the dominoes, and they said, "You're fucked up."
Yeah, I mean, you're a scary guy.
You're scaring us now.
It's so true because when you think about it, you become so hardened to things. Here's a guy being stabbed to death right in front of you, and like you're just worried about a domino game. And that's when you know, holy mackerel! It's like,
what am I?
I'm turning into something I don't even recognize.
And so.
By the way, and this guy was a snitch. That's why they gave him the shiv.
But yeah, who knows what he did? He still had a mom.
Why'd they have to kill this? Why'd they have to kill this fucking guy right on top of a domino?
Yeah, that's it.
Lucky you.
Come on,
you're having the greatest luck of your life and the worst luck of your life all at the same time. It's just unbelievable.
That was a good analogy.